Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week we're going to be planning out the week of January 30th through to February 5th, and this Plan With Me is coming with a very big delay because I actually only filmed this Plan With Me on the weekend just gone, and as I'm doing this voiceover, it is currently the 8th of May, so that's the reason why my videos have kind of been a little bit sporadic, where I've posted a couple of different hauls. You haven't actually seen too many Plan With Me's on my channel as yet. The reason is because I like to post everything chronologically in order, including my monthlies, including my highlights. Wait, monthlies and highlights are the same things. But yeah, I like to keep everything in order, and I know that I wanted that to be a big thing for 2023. So I've tried to stay true to that whilst still delivering content too. So I hope you don't mind. But this kit is a kit that I was waiting on from lynnerdesigns. I had eyed it off for some time because we had an event on this week. Well, it wasn't an event. We went to hang out with our friends for a barbecue in summer. We swam in the pool. It was a great time. And when I was looking back at this week and I was like, what kit do I use? I had one summer kit that had a pool featured in it, and I'd already used that in summer the year before. So I was kind of like, I maybe need to leave a little bit of gap in between before I use the same art. And then I couldn't decide on what art to buy from where. And then all of the kits that I looked at that had pools in them weren't themed or aimed towards barbecue. So I kind of ummed and ahed a little bit, and I procrastinated, and I did other Plan With Me videos, and then I kept coming back to this kit. In the interim though, I had ordered the Fiesta kit from Plannerface, and I was going to use that because it was fun, summery, there was a pool in it. But ultimately I decided that I would buy this kit. It is so cute. It is the perfect summery kit. When I was laying down the stickers, I was undecided as to whether or not I wanted to use a foil, because I wanted to bring in like a pink sunset hollow kind of color. It's an old foil bundle from Scribble Prints Co., but then I wasn't sure if the pink matched, so I ummed and ahed a little bit. So I think the only foil that you'll see me add to this spread are, of course, the underlays or the bougie boxes, which is a tape that I got a long time ago from Girl Boss Anna. It is a pink hollow, although you probably can't see that very well on camera. So I decided it would be the perfect week to use this foil because I wanted to use a pink foil bundle as well. And I just thought that it worked well with the pink in the kit. But overall, like I said, very summery, very perfect for having a barbecue. It wasn't exactly, like, it doesn't reflect exactly what we did, but the important thing is that it captures the fact that we had a little bit of a pool party. It captures that we had a little bit of a barbecue. We even had some little homemade kebabs where we put like chicken and onion and 3 different colors of capsicum on them, and then we grilled those, and we just had a really great time. And I'm so glad that I got to use this kit. It's like a vinyl matte premium, I don't know. It's a very weird, it's not quite, if you've ever had a kit from Lukrembo, it's not quite that texture. It's not like that vinyl-y, and it doesn't smell that much like vinyl like a Lukrembo kit does, but it's also not like a buttery premium matte either. It's kind of somewhere in between, and it's really nice to work with, really easily removed if you make an error or you want to replace something. So that was really good. But I feel like I'm kind of just blabbering a little bit now. This video is going to be a little bit longer because I am trying out some new things with all of the videos that I've been filming of late. I've been trying to do this thing where I like write my plans in as I go, and I don't know how I feel about it, because it does mean that filming takes longer, because my normal process is that I would lay down all of the boxes, I would go off camera, I would fill everything in, come back to you, show you the final bit, and then like that would be it. Whereas in this one, I have heard, and I've been watching a couple of Plan With Me's, and I feel like the planner community, apparently now they kind of want to see what your plans are versus just seeing what stickers you're putting down. So given that I was filming this in May, I thought that I would try and give that a go. Until I get to that part in this video, I have no idea what that looks like, in all honesty. So you guys can be the judge. Let me know your thoughts, or if you'd prefer me to stick with my normal style where I sort of finish things off camera and then come back and show you the final result. But I thought that I would start trying to share those plans with you so you can at least kind of see where I'm up to, or if in the event of a voiceover, I run short on time or something happens and I don't get to tell you everything that I did in the week, at least you'll be able to see it as I go. So there is that. Because of that, it does also mean that the voiceover is slightly longer because I've not been able to fast forward as much as I normally would. So it's kind of in this like awkward speed between really slow and fast. And I don't know if it's right yet, but I do use iMovie, and you only really have the ability to fast forward to like a 2, 4, or 8 speed, maybe even a 10. I don't know. And I feel like the 8 was way too fast. The 2 was way too slow. So I'm sitting at a 4 at the moment. So again, let me know what you think of the video below. But pretty much we stick to the like standard formatting this week. I do play around with the top left hand corner there. I use some of my greatly adored splodge stickers from Plannerface, and for anyone who doesn't know, I do PR for Plannerface, so if you are interested in those as layering items or for journaling or whatever it may be, you can definitely pop over to Plannerface, use code Melissa10 for 10% off your order, and pop pop my name in notes to seller, and you'll also get my little freebie as well. Also, before you guys are like, what the heck just happened, because I'm trying to fill out my plans as I go, I find that I'm very stop-starty in the videos. So there may be a lot of like transitioning. You will see there that 1 minute there was no plans on Monday, and then the next minute Monday is completely filled out and you can see my plans. So it's going to be trial and error, you guys. I do apologize for any like messiness or like inconsistencies or anything of that regard, because it's going to take some time to get used to, but hopefully I'll be able to figure it out sooner rather than later. But as I was saying, at the sidebar there, I've just used the paint splodges. I've used some deco from the kit, and then I did buy a toolbox for this scene. For this kit. Oh my God, it's 7:30 at night. I got home from work not too long ago. I'm absolutely exhausted, so I mean, I could blame that for the way that I can't speak, but I can't speak anytime I do a voiceover, so really it's nothing new. But I got a toolbox for this kit because the little girl reminds me of one of our friend's daughters, and she was actually there the day that we had this like pool party barbecue day. And my husband and I never go to pool parties. That's another reason I wanted to use a pool party kit. So I thought it would be really fun to just have that there as like a memory that she was at she was hanging out with us on that day. But because I did use a full box, because of that top left-hand corner, I was only able to fit my socials in for this week. I wasn't able to put in any headers or anything like that, but I know what I track in my sidebar, so that's perfectly fine. But then we'll go ahead and jump on to Monday. So starting off on Monday, the first thing I did mark is Coffee Monday. I feel like I'm probably going to stop marking that at some point. I do have a few Coffee Monday scripts left, but I think I'm just going to like maybe not mark that anymore unless I don't have anything else to mark, because I feel like I jumped on that planner trend like a while ago and I bought all of these coffee stickers and all of these coffee scripts, and then now it's like, well, I start every day with coffee. So it's not really Coffee Monday for me. It's like coffee every day. So once I run out of those, I'm probably going to stop marking it unless I need to fill in space. I do have other coffee scripts, so I can always use those if I need to. You will see that I did make a little bit of a boo-boo at the start as well. So you can see that there's like the colored blank boxes where I decided to mark work. I didn't pull anything for work this week because somehow I magically forgot that I worked this week. And then when I did eventually figure it out, I was like, I'm not going back downstairs to get some stickers. I'm just going to like, whatever's here is here. So that's what I did. So any of those boxes that don't have anything in it by the end of this spread, those are to mark work. I then marked that I finished one of my books that I was reading. So for anyone who doesn't know, I am reading a book series. It's called the Gone series, and there are quite a number of books in them. and I've been reading my way through those, usually one book a month because I'm a slow reader. I only read at night before I go to bed. But I finished one of them this night, so I wanted to mark it, which I did, and it was a nice way of like tying it into the spread because I haven't been able to mark it in the sidebar. I also did get a dog food delivery that afternoon, and I marked that Married at First Sight started that day. It was so long ago. It's over and done with now. It makes me sad that I have to wait another year for it. I marked that I made taco pasta, which was really yummy. And then I marked that I uploaded both a Plan With Me video and a SimTube video. For anyone who does not know what SimTube is, it is basically YouTube for Sims content. So, content creators make Sims videos, Sims playthroughs, Sims challenges. They post them on YouTube. I have one of those channels, which I usually link in the comments below for anyone who might be interested. But yeah, on that night, I uploaded a video to both my Planner channel and my Sims channel. Then we jump on over to Tuesday. Again, I have marked work at the top there. And then I've marked doing some laundry. I then marked having a cup of coffee whilst I sat and played some Sims on this day, which is rare. Sometimes I get time to play it, sometimes I don't. So this was one of those rare days when I actually sat down and treated myself to some gaming. I did unstack and restack the dishwasher this day and do a bit of tidying up, probably in the kitchen. And then I marked that I sat down to watch Married at First Sight. And then this night I started the next book in that series that I just mentioned a moment ago. So I marked that in my planner as well. On Wednesday, it was an office day, so I do go into work every week. So my team generally goes in once a week on a Wednesday. So this week was a day that I went into the office. There was a couple of days or a couple of weeks where I didn't go into the office, but this particular week was not one of those, so I've marked that. I did then mark Hello February. Usually if there's a change in season, I'll mark like the change of season. So it'll be like Hello Winter or Hello Autumn or whatever change in season it is. But if it's just the change of a month, I generally just put like a hello or a like welcome and whatever the month is. So I marked that on Wednesday. And then I did mark down that I was tired because office days are absolutely exhausting. Now that I've been working from home 3 years, and given that I was only previously going into the office like once a month, like 12 months ago, going in once a week is a lot. The energy, the fluorescent lights, the constant disruptions and disturbances, it's just exhausting. So every Wednesday I come home from work and I'm completely buggered. So I marked that. And then of course I did have some coffee as a bit of a pick-me-up or an attempt to pick me up. I did hang out with my friends on Twitch that evening, and then apparently I think I have a script for it, but I didn't have it on me, so I didn't actually fill it out, but I did mark there that I was a little bit anxious in my feelings, that sort of thing. And then that night I had like a self-care shower, so basically I shaved, I washed my hair, did all of that. Again, I do that more than once a week, but when I don't have anything to mark, or when I don't have a certain number of things to mark in a week or on a day within a week, I will use like a wash hair or like a chore script, which is what I did in this case. And then I did also mark that I watched Married at First Sight that evening. Over to Thursday, again, I've marked work at the top there, and then this day was the day where I go in and do my waxing and my nails. I get them done every 3 weeks, and I generally try to go on the same day to prevent myself having to go in twice in a week. So generally I go straight from work to my waxing appointment, straight from my waxing appointment to my nail appointment, and then I come home. So it's a very long day. Sometimes I don't get home till like 9 o'clock at night. But again, like I said, it does mean that I then don't have to go and do it on the weekend or anything like that. So I'd prefer that. This evening, my car did die on me again. So for anyone who watched my previous Plan With Me's from like September last year, my car did have a moment where she like died, made this big grunt struggle noise. I had to have the mechanic come out. I had to have a belt replacement. They said it was all good and all fine. And then fast forward 6 months, not even, and my car died again. Same thing, came up the big hill near my house, heard a crunch, my lights turned off, my power steering was a little bit funky, made it home safely. But then hubby and I were kind of like, what are we going to do about this? Like, I can't not have a car again. And this is the second time in 6 months. So we had to have a big think and a big chat about that. But it was also the week after, I think the week before this was the week that my laptop died. And when my laptop died back in September, my car also died in the same week. So again, it happened in succession. And I was just like, what the actual F? So I was really unhappy about that. And because of the fact that I had to drive home after my car essentially died on me whilst I was driving again, I was really, really anxious. Like, I came home, I was jittery. I like felt sick. I was shaking. Like, it was just a whole ordeal. And I was just at a point where I was like, I don't want to drive this car anymore. Anyway, I did then have a video go live that night. So this particular night, my planner face advent for 2022 went live. Still on my channel if you're interested in checking it out or haven't seen it, or you're starting to try and plan out what advents you might want for this year. On Friday, again, I've marked work there, and I did mark that I had a really unproductive day. It was just one of those days. I was super tired. I couldn't focus, and in turn, we had an unproductive day. After work, I did watch my friends stream on Twitch. We had a pizza dinner. I pulled some stickers, and then my husband and I watched Rocky number 2. On Saturday, the first thing that I marked was filming, and then once I was done with filming, I came downstairs and sat with my husband and my dogs on the couch, and we watched Walking Dead. So this is at a point where we were still trying to finish Walking Dead because it's like 10 or 11 seasons, and we were so behind, and the episodes are like an hour long. So we were still trying to make our way through that. And this was one of those days. And then after we were done, we kind of like, some days we'll sit there and we'll watch episode after episode after episode. And then other days we'll watch like 1 or 2. But on this day, once we were done with that, I did mark that I had a cup of coffee, and that I did work on uploading a video. I don't know what went live. I'm assuming a Plan With Me, because usually if it's a Sims video, I will specify that. But I did mark uploading on that day. I also marked that we did some piggy washing, which basically means we washed my guinea pig's bedding. I watched some YouTube. We had burgers and chips for dinner. And then, of course, next in succession, we watched Rocky number 3 that afternoon, or that night rather. And then last but not least, on Sunday was the big fun day. So I've marked at the top of the page there that we went to see our friends. And then I have, of course, marked that we had a barbecue lunch, which was really yummy. And then I marked that we did have some swimming time. Again, my husband and I don't really go anywhere where there's pools. As you guys know, I went to the beach earlier on in the year, and it was the first time in years. No one we know really has a pool. So these friends that just moved back into the area, they've moved back in with their parents, and the parents live in the granny flat now, but they have a pool, so they invited us over for swim time. And even though I'm super self-conscious getting in a like swimming costume, I did, and I had an amazing time. But yeah, we hung out, we splashed, it was nice and warm, it was just really nice. And then I marked that we played some volleyball. So we like made a makeshift like little, we put the pool scoop across the middle of the pool, and we took turns going from like the deep end to the shallow end. And it was myself, my husband, my husband's best friend, and my husband's best friend's wife. And then my husband's best friend's brother. So it was like 3v2. It was very interesting when I had to go in the deep end because I'm so incredibly short. That was fun. But yeah, we played volleyball for a little while. And then it got a little bit windy, started to cool down. So we all jumped out of the pool, and then we went inside and hung out. We had some of the barbecue leftovers for dinner. I think this was the night that we started watching Mr. Mercedes. Well, no, we watched like episode 1 and 2 of Mr. Mercedes because our friends wanted to watch it. Very intense for anyone who hasn't seen it and wants to watch it. Just brace yourself. Like episode 1 is very confronting. And we didn't continue to watch it after that. I think my husband wants to go back and watch it, but very confronting, which means we have to watch that episode again and then watch the rest of the series. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we just hung out there. I think we stayed until like 9:30 at night. So after that, I just marked that we pretty much once we were done there, we said our goodbyes. We jumped in the car and then we came on home, showered, spent a little bit of time with our dogs, had to feed them dinner because obviously we were out pretty much all day, and we weren't home for their dinner time. And then we got ready for bed and went to bed. But that is pretty much the entirety of the week. Like I said before in my other Plan With Me videos, I'm kind of really conscious of actually marking. I don't know why I was just showing you my nails then. Weird. I've been really trying to capture memories versus just capturing like chores and work and things like that. So fingers crossed I can keep doing that. But here I am just taking you through the kit leftovers, and I will give you a teeny tiny wiggle in just a moment. But like I said, the kit isn't too foiled, so there's not a lot there to show you, but I think it does complement the spread nicely. But anyway, for anyone who has made it this far and has watched this video, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you all in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.